Hey everyone out there, it's Rumblin Man coming to you from Florida today, and what a blessing it is to be here on YouTube, and just want to thank you all so much for your support and for all the subscriptions over the years, and certainly hope there's plenty of great things to come. I'm really excited today because I'm getting to demo and review a guitar that I've been excited to try out. This is the new Fender Player Series Telecaster. And this particular model is a 3-color sunburst with a maple fretboard. It's now October at the filming of this video, and 2018 has been just a fabulous year for gear, for things to be released, and really for Fender. Fender has come out, I believe, this year with some great new pedals, some amazing cool new selections in the Parallel Universe series, and then they came out with the all-new Player Series, and then right after that they went on and did away with production on the standard Made in Mexico series. So the new straight up Made in Mexico guitars are Fender's Player Series, and I personally feel, and many others feel, that Fender has stepped it up with these guitars, that they are better guitars made with better parts and higher quality, harder working instruments than the standards that came before them. That's not to negate the standard series, because there are certainly some excellent selections therein. I've got a standard Strat at home, and I love the feel of playing that guitar. You know, the Player Series is definitely a step in a truly wonderful direction. I've had the opportunity to review a few of these guitars and basses, and today to come to you with this Telecaster review is a blessing. But before I get to the specs, I want to shout out real quick to John and the gang over at Seminole Music and Sound in Seminole, Florida. It is Seminole Music that has made this review possible today, and I highly recommend their services. You know, the great thing about Seminole Music to me is that they have the personal customer service of a small music shop while giving you the resources of a large music store. There's very little to nothing these guys can't do. Truly nice guys who have become friends. I love Seminole Music, and they've got a friend for life in me. So I certainly recommend heading down and checking them out. You can try out a Fender Player Series Tele or Strat or Jazz Bass there, or really any of the models, I think. And quite honestly, you could probably try out and purchase this very Telecaster guitar that I'm using in this video today. So huge shout out to those guys. Check them out on Facebook. Give them a like on Facebook, Seminole Music and Sound. They've been great to the Rumblin Man channel, and I certainly hope that I can drive some business their way as well. One thing I always want to know when watching a review about an instrument, and I turn to YouTube for reviews on almost a daily basis, is kind of what it feels like. So, you know, the back of the neck here is going to be maple, and the fretboard is maple. The fretboard is a gloss urethane finish. I'm a big fan of gloss urethane finishes and vintage tint, things of that nature. And for me, the perfect guitar, I like gloss all over it. But this is cool. This is really neat because the neck is nice and smooth. Whereas it's a gloss urethane finish on the fretboard, the rest of the neck back here is going to be a satin urethane finish. Very smooth, very easy playing experience. Yeah, the neck, the way the neck feels does remind me a bit of my American Special Telecaster. And I like that a lot. Got some really nice sealed tuning machines here with the F shape on them, as well as the cool new F-stamped Fender backplate. The standard guitars had just a very basic backplate with no emblem on it or anything, and now you got this cool Fender trademark. You can tell that Fender is very proud of the new Player Series. That's enough to make you go get one right there. Another update to the Player Series is a more traditional body shape. They hand-shaped it to original specifications, so you very much have a Telecaster in every sense of the word. Another change is that this has 22 frets, and you can kind of see how the fretboard hangs over the pickguard just a little bit. I believe they can still be switched out very easily. It just kind of gives you that little enhancement. If you play way up there, you're going to like the added fret here. These pickups are great. Obviously in the neck position we have what I would call just a straight up Telecaster neck pickup, a very versatile pickup that I personally kind of call a mini coil. A lot of people call it that. And then in the bridge position we have a straightforward Telecaster bridge pickup, single coil, which they sound awesome. They are the new Player Series, specifically Player Series Alnico 5 pickups. So far, I love the Player Series pickups. They're great. They give you that classic and authentic Fender tone, but there's a little something more. There's a little bit of an edge to them. It's like they're maybe a little more rock friendly. I can't really go into depth because I don't know everything about how they're wound, but I know that Fender did certainly keep a foot in the past while looking to the future with these. And to me, that's going to give you a bit more colorful of a range of tones and a bit more professional sound, in my personal opinion. I think these guitars are an excellent balance of vintage and modern. When you're looking at a Strat or a Tele, you know, you're always going to want certain vintage components. But if you do a lot of modern style playing, you're going to want a lot of modern components. I think they found a great balance with these. We have block steel bridge saddles, a modern C-shaped profile neck. We have a nut width of 1.650 inches, which is going to be 42 millimeters for you guys who use the metric system. Black dot inlays up and down the fretboard, medium jumbo frets, standard truss rod with a 3/16 hex adjustment. Three-way switcher, as you find on most Telecasters. You know, as usual with most straightforward Telecasters, you have one master volume and one master tone. I've always liked Mexican Telecasters. For a long time, I was trying the standard ones out in stores, and was very much kind of had my sights set on possibly getting one. And then I was very blessed to receive an American Special Tele, which is now my main electric guitar at the moment. When I first saw the Player Series come out, I thought, whoa, what are those, you know? Then I looked into it and I was like, nah. But then I started looking into it some more and listening to some demos, and I was like, oh, these are really cool. And then I got to try some out for myself in a store, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. And then now with this friendship with Seminole Music, I've gotten the chance to review some on YouTube. I reviewed at their store one day the HH version of this, which I totally wish I had one. They're just really cool guitars. So enough of my rambling. I guess you're going to want to know how this thing sounds. So real quick, I'm going to plug it up and kind of play a few different styles just to kind of try to give you a look at what kind of tones you can get out of this Telecaster. I'm running through a Line 6 Pod XT live pedal that does amp simulation and some effects. It's kind of an older model, but I use it all the time. Still a great piece of equipment, and I am using D'Addario Planet Waves cables right into the computer interface. There will be some compressors put in just to make sure that the sound doesn't blow up your speakers or anything, but it shouldn't change the tone too terribly much. But I certainly recommend checking one out before you buy it. I mean, if you're going to spend money on a new instrument, you're going to want to know how it feels and plays for yourself. So while I do the best I can to describe, review, and demo these for you, I certainly recommend heading to your nearest music store and checking one out. And if you're here in Florida, I certainly recommend coming to Seminole Music and Sound. These guys will take care of you. They're awesome. Obviously, one of the first styles that comes to mind when you think of a Telecaster and when you're demoing a Telecaster is country music. If you're going to play country lead guitar, if you're on electric, the Telecaster is pretty much the best guitar you can play for that. So does this particular Fender Telecaster deliver on that end? Well, let's see. We got the bridge pickup on, the tone wide open, and I've got a setting that's just got a little bit of drive, a little bit of hair to it, and let's see if we can do a little bit of country picking today. One style of music that the Tele just can't be underestimated for is jazz. For jazz guitar, you most often see hollow body and semi-hollow body guitars with either a humbucker or a P90, or some kind of arch top thing that has a humbucker on it, specifically designed for jazz style music. Excuse me while I put my pick away. If you're going to play jazz music and you want a Telecaster as your option, it's a great guitar for jazz. This neck pickup can really give you a nice classic jazz sound. So we're going to listen to the neck pickup, and we're going to roll the tone off to about a 4. And I'm going to finger pick just a little bit, kind of a jazzy style, and let's see how it sounds. Also, when it comes to blues, you know, for me, the first guitar that usually comes to mind is a Stratocaster, mostly played on the neck pickup, usually positions 4 and 5, I would think, sometimes 2, or a big old hollow body, like a Lucille kind of thing, like B.B. King played. And we can see here, if I try to play a couple blues type licks, you're going to see that this is a guitar that can very well be used for blues. In fact, I encourage you, be different, be bold, play a Tele for blues. get some grit going for kind of a dirtier sound. Maybe throw in some delay. Wonderful guitar for blues music. I did get a little country there for a second. That was me, not the guitar. But you say to me, Rumblin, man, I want to be even bolder than that, dude. I want to play some metal-y kind of music on a Tele. Bridge single coil, honestly, a Tele can rock pretty hard is what a guitar player once told me, and lately being primarily a Telecaster player myself, I can see that. So I've got some distortion here, and let's see what kind of a heavier rock tone we can get with some nice brightness to it. I use a Telecaster primarily for worship music, and in the worship community, Telecasters are very popular to play. One thing that's essential in worship music is being able to just play some nice open chords with a little bit of sparkle to them. So just kind of with both pickups on here, volume and tone on full, just a little bit of grit. Bridge pickup. And neck pickup. Very nice. Or say we want to do that with just with some drive and make it a little more rock sounding open chords. As always, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching today. Appreciate the support of a thumbs up button if you can give me one of those. And I appreciate the support of a subscription. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel for reviews of guitars, basses, strings, pedals, we'll see what all we can get into with music gear here on the Rumblin' Man channel. Again, big thanks to Seminole Music and Sound. Check them out on Facebook. I'll include the link to their Facebook page in the description. You can also, after you do that, you can check me out on Facebook and give me a like as well at facebook.com/rumblinman. I also have a Patreon going as well as a PayPal. If you'd be interested in financially contributing to the expansion of this channel, some upgraded gear, as well as more time to make videos, then you're welcome to contribute, but there's never any pressure to do that because, as always, I'm just here to be a blessing, and I hope you've enjoyed the video today, and I'll see you in the next video.